back here with us on Overdrive. The Aprilia Tuono 457 has launched in the country at 3.95 lakh rupees, and while the engine, chassis and weight remain unchanged, the motorcycle now offers more performance than meets the eye.
This is the Aprilia Tuono. Now, Tuono is a name that is synonymous with raw performance and aggressive styling, which gives it a niche in the realm of street fighters. Every Tuono, from the fire-breathing V4 to the more accessible 660, has lived up to the Aprilia racing DNA and also brought a relaxed riding posture to the mix. This here is the Tuono 457, the most accessible Tuono yet. So is this going to be another vehicle with raw performance and aggressive styling, or is it simply an RS 457 without the fairings? Let's find out.
One glance at the Tuono 457 and it is clear that Aprilia hasn't diluted the formula. Almost. It didn't really give it any weight savings because the dry weight is exactly similar to the RS 457. They went with this compact unit instead to keep the proportions intact for a sub 500cc street fighter.
The boomerang-shaped LED DRLs that instantly tells you this is an Aprilia. But there's no denying the fact that it looks like a beefier elder sibling to the Pulsars, Apaches and the Extremes of the world. If you want your Tuono to look beefy, well, don't go with the black and red. I know it's a signature color, looks really sporty, but it also looks quite skinny. If you want a more muscular styling, the white is where it's going to stand out. The white and grey, I think, looks really nice and brings out the imposing stance of this motorcycle. It all looks muscular around the tank and around the tail section. And I think that is really going to go a long distance for the Tuono.
The slick-looking TFT dash also comes from the RS 457 and maintains all of the functionality as well, including ride mode customization. Under the skin, the Tuono 457 shares its 457cc parallel twin engine with the RS 457. The power and torque output is the same as well, making it one of the most powerful motorcycles in its class and has an excellent power to weight ratio. But while the numbers are identical to the RS 457, the way this power is delivered is slightly different.
So pulling quick overtakes, taking that gap in traffic, getting those fast corner exits when you're out in the mountain roads or even on the track, all of that is possible with this amazing engine. So that difference is hardly noticeable. The gearing is well spaced, and then you also have the option of putting in a quick shifter to enjoy more spirited rides.
Aprilia is known for its incredible chassis engineering, and the Tuono 457 carries forward that tradition.
The stainless steel swing arm, the tubular subframe and the aluminium mainframe, all of that gets carried over again from the RS 457, which means that the motorcycle still feels very confident when you're attacking the bends. It doesn't feel twitchy, it doesn't feel skittish at all. So it's going to impart a lot of confidence and still attack the bends even if it's a street naked. And when you're riding it on the streets in the city, the flickability is simply superb. Negotiating those gaps in traffic, attacking those gaps in traffic, zipping through all of that is absolutely easy, just the way it should be for a street fighter. Now let's address the pink elephant in the room, the brakes. This is something that we did not really like with the RS 457. Aprilia claims that they have made it better over the last 1 year that the RS 457 has been out in the market. However, there is still a bit of that spongy feel. There's still a bit of that fade, that lever coming in under hard braking. Of course, you won't notice it that much as you do on the RS 457 because you're always in that attacking mode when you're on the RS, and you're also taking it to the track more often. This is more of a street weapon, but even there, the braking definitely could have been better. It's still one of the weak links for this platform. How does it perform on the highway? Well, the beauty of the engine again is that it can easily hold triple-digit speeds without breaking a sweat. Of course, it's a naked, which means that you are going to be battling the wind quite a bit. You're going to be battling the weather quite a bit. Having a small fly screen, maybe from the accessories, is definitely going to help, either from Aprilia or maybe the aftermarket. So if you are going to be doing a little bit of sport touring as well with this motorcycle, that fly screen is something that I definitely recommend. So coming back to the question that we began with, does it feel like an RS457 without the fairing? Yes, it clearly does. That is what it is. And that's not a bad thing, because the RS457 by itself is such an excellent motorcycle. And this brings in all those goodies with that naked styling. So if you are into street fighters, if you are the kind of guy who wants to upgrade from a Pulsar, Duke or whatever, this is going to be a really, really great option. And if you're a girl doing this, well, the seat height is very friendly, the ergonomics are very friendly, so even you should have an easy time and a fun time riding this motorcycle. And that brings us to the price, 3.95 lakh ex-showroom. That is Aprilia pulling that trump card yet again with that pricing. I mean, the Japanese rivals, even with their new discounted prices and all of that, are still going to have a hard time. And even the single-cylinder rivals are going to have a hard time justifying why they are asking so much money without one cylinder, without that extra cylinder. So I think Aprilia yet again has a winner on their hands. They said with the RS457 that they want to limit it to 10,000 units. The motorcycle has already ridden past that in India. They have delivered a lot more than that. And I see even bigger numbers coming from the Tuono 457, because this is a stunning, stunning product. If I was a 20-something and wanting a street naked that could keep my parents happy, that could keep me happy on the road and on the track, this would be it.
With that, it's a wrap on this week's edition of Overdrive. But remember, you can stay in touch with the team through our various social media platforms, and you can write to us on YouTube as well. We'll see you next week. Until then, drive and ride safe.